Now, listen, you guys, they are saying in the streets that Lottery Ticket is pregnant, and there is a video that is circulating. And we're also going to be discussing about Keke Palmer letting us know what her conversation with Nicki Minaj was like. And Scarlip is responding to people that are criticizing her for her latest freestyle. Keshia Cole is still not over her ex-boyfriend, and people are mocking her. And I'm just like, you guys, leave Keshia alone. Now, these are some of the things that we are going to be talking about in this video. Hello, tea lovers, and welcome to the tea blog. I trust you guys are doing well, and I trust you are doing great. Personally, I am doing great, you guys. I am doing extremely amazing. And without further ado, let us dive straight into today's tea. So first of all, let us talk about Keke Palmer speaking about her meeting with Nicki Minaj. Now, it has never been a secret that Keke does respect Nicki Minaj and holds her with such a high regard. So, of course, during an interview, she started talking about the conversation that happened between the two of them, when they met, at the Met Gala. And according to her, she was like, Nicki was just being a big sister. That was the time that, the internet was ablaze with stories about Keke Palmer and her baby daddy. And so let me just insert what she had to say, and then I will catch you after that.
Shared in the book, you share advice that you've gotten from different people, and one of them is Nicki Minaj. And where did you run into her, and what can you tell us what the advice was?
Yeah, so we were at the Met Gala, and I was with Marc Jacobs, and he was talking with Charlie Jacobs and Nicki Minaj over there. They were over to the corner. And I know Nicki because on DM, she connected me to David LaChapelle for my baby shower photos. And so I wanted to tell her in person, thank you, And so I walk over there, and she's in the middle of talking to them. She's like, I need to talk to you. Hold on. And I'm like, I done did something. Nicki about to cuss me out at the Met Gala.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit here and wait and see what she had to say. And then she's like, look, I don't read the press. I don't know everything that's going on. But I just wanna tell you, nobody knows what it's like when we turn off the lights and we gotta be with ourselves. So you do whatever you need to do to be good with you. And I was like, yeah.
I love it. That's right. That's right, Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
She's the best. I love Nicki Minaj.
I was like, thank you for this speech.
Well, there you heard what Keke had to say, and a lot of people really were impressed by her impression of Nicki Minaj, saying that, she nailed the accent, and it's too bad that I couldn't insert the actual footage, because even the facial expressions, the hand gestures, it was giving Nicki Minaj, okay? Now, the next thing that we are going to be talking about, we're going to talk about Lottery Ticket. There is a video, you guys, on the internet of Lottery performing, and in that video, people are saying that she looks pregnant, and people are also questioning even the choice of outfit, because people are like, we all know that when Lottery is performing, she likes wearing skimpy clothes, even lingerie sometimes, allegedly. So for her to be performing wearing what she was wearing and seemingly hiding the belly, people are like, it must mean that she is pregnant. Now I'm looking at that video, you guys, and I could kind of see that, but at the same time, it could just be a little bit of weight gain, you guys. She is on tour, and so people throw out their diets when they're on tour and stuff like that. So I could see why maybe she gained a little bit, and maybe it's not a pregnancy. But you know what? Let me insert that video, and I'll try and put it in slow motion, and let me know, you guys, do you think that, she does look pregnant? Well, you saw that, you guys. Now, the question obviously that people are having is, well, if she indeed is pregnant, who is the father? Is it 21 average? Is she going to be like a side chick baby mama? Because this man is still married. So is that the life that she is? You know, people and the questions and stuff like that. Now, personally, I'm just like, listen, she is a grown woman. She can make decisions for herself. And if she wants to be 21 average baby mama, I mean, let her be. If she likes it, I mean, we love it, all right? And still speaking about Lottery Ticket, it does seem like she is on a song with Summer Walker. And during an interview, Summer Walker did mention that, of course, she did work with Lottery. And some people were like, do you notice how Summer is always working with anyone who seems to be going against Nicki Minaj at that time? Like the time that the Transformer was the main girl going against Nicki, Summer was there, working with the Transformer. And according to some people, she threw shade. Now, I don't know about the shade part. I do know that they have worked together in the past, but I have not seen a part where she directly threw any shade at Nicki Minaj, okay? So let me know in the comment section, do you think that it's intentional for her to work against every girl that goes against Nicki Minaj, or do you think that people are reading way too much into it? But anyway, let me insert a clip of Summer Walker talking about her collaboration with Lottery, and Lottery Ticket also speaking about that same collaboration.
What's the collab that you would love to have? Like, what's your next?
That's a good one. I just did a collab with my favorite current artist.
Who? You can't say? She can't say.
You know what? I
hint.
would say it's a girl. I'll say that. I would say it, but because it's not my song, I don't want to fuck up her. Like,
Yeah.
But that's my favorite current artist. Like
what's the collab that you would love to have? Like, what's your...
Yes?
Yeah.
Who's on there?
I will say one person.
Go ahead now.
Latto.
Oh,
I
love
like
her. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I love her. She's good energy as well. Yes?
Yeah.
Who's on there?
I will say one person.
Go ahead now.
Well, there you heard that, you guys. Now, the next thing that we're going to be talking about, it seems like Nicki is impressive to a lot of people, okay? Now, I'm going to call this person Gatwa because I don't want to mess up his name, you guys. Like, I don't want to mess up their name. So, because I don't know how to... Ncuti Gatwa. Okay, the guy who is an actor and, of course, the SE education was basically gagging over Nicki Minaj's Monster verse, saying that, you know what, it is the most memorable verse on the song. And you know what, you can tell that this man is just impressed by the creativity. And one thing about that verse is, whether you like Nicki Minaj or not, you cannot deny that it was very outstanding. And it was also very inspirational, very animated, to the point that even Kanye West himself did admit that he felt a little bit intimidated by that part, to a point where he almost took it off, okay, out of intimidation. Now, if you know how big Kanye's ego is, for him to admit that, it must have really gagged him. But like, let me just insert this guy and you guys hear for yourselves what he had to say.
I think maybe Nicki's verse on Monster. I think maybe Nicki's verse on Monster is like, when I put that on, I feel like a monster. I feel like there's nothing in my day that I can't achieve. And that track, that was like, I feel like the first time she like exploded onto the scene. She was on there with Jay-Z, Kanye, Rick Ross, and obviously, infamously, Kanye was gonna take her verse out of the song because it was too good. Like he was like, when people listen to this song, they will only remember this verse. And to be fair, it is the only verse that I remember from that song. This is the only one worth listening to. So that verse, just the level of like, it was like, who is this person? Who is this, like, the references she was pulling, the voices, the characters, it was just like the level of creativity and humor, I feel like, is what I have found in a lot of female rappers. Like, yeah, if a robber broke into my house and put a gun to my head and asked me to rap along to any verse, it would probably be Monster by Nicki, because just, that was incredible.
Well, there you heard that, you guys. Now, the next thing that we are going to be talking about, let us talk about Scarlip. Now, each time I mention Scarlip, like I told you, I find it very hard to take this girl seriously. So she has a latest freestyle and people just feel like, oh my God, what is this? You know that she does too much with the freestyles. You know, if it's her singing on the mic, there's someone always dancing and popping there behind in the background. It's a lot that goes on in a Scarlip video, okay? So somebody tweeted and said, this is the current state of female rap, okay? And when you look at that, honestly, it's very sad that the craft would be reduced to that. It's sad to watch. It's sad to see. So I do understand where this person was actually coming from. However, personally, each time I see her, I'm just like, oh my God. So she responded and said, I just be having fun with music. I just say what's on my mind. I really enjoy creating and doing what I do. But hey, I get it. Not everyone will like it, but my ish hard. So I don't understand the forced dislike. Baby, it's not a dislike, but it becomes an issue when people actually do cite you as a female rapper when the subject of female rap is brought up, okay? Like when people start looking at you and they're like, oh, well, she just released Dora the Freestyle and you're there. And in the same breath, people look at you and say that we love that we have a lot of female rappers. We love that, oh my God, gates have been opened for female rappers. Oh my God, there's a lot of them right now. We should be celebrating. People who love the craft will find it offensive. Okay, that's all this is. I don't think that it's any personal dislike or anything like that. I, for one, do not dislike Scarlip because I do feel like there's something else that that goes on over there, but her music is very insulting for it to be categorized in the same categories of other female rappers who actually do love the craft and are serious with the craft. Now, the next thing that we are going to be talking about, we're going to talk about Keshia Cole. Now, why are you guys trolling Keshia on the internet? Why are you doing this? I did see some people laughing at her because, well, she was breaking down when she was performing, one of her hit songs, and people were like, "Oh my God, is she crying over, Hunter? Because, well, why is she crying when she's performing? I remember, and it's a breakup song. Oh my God, this and that." And I'm like, don't laugh at our legends. Like, why are you guys laughing at our legends? But then, am I surprised that, well, the relationship might have ended in a way that would hurt her? Absolutely not. I mean, there was a lot of mess surrounding that relationship, okay? So this is not shocking to me. I kind of saw this coming. And let me know in the comment section, you guys, what you think about Keshia Cole crying whilst performing. Now, the next thing that we are going to be talking about, please, Candace Owens is out there eating up Beyoncé and Mama Tina Knowles. I'm just like, go. What is your problem with this woman? Oh my goodness. And at this point, I just want the sit down that I actually want from Candace is the one with Azalea Banks. I just want to watch and see. That's the back and forth that I want to see in an actual sit down interview, because Candace always has got so much energy. And I do know that Azalea Banks also has matching energy. And I want to see an interaction between those two people. I want to see them sitting down for an interview. Let me just insert what Candace had to say about Beyoncé and Mama Tina and Jay-Z. And I was just looking at that like, wow, what is this?
To her Instagram page. And she posted this to her Instagram page. She posted, and this is a picture of my show page. So this has been flagged on Instagram as fake news and taken down. It's called false information. Sadly, other platforms with a lack of integrity still have it up. So she's admitting this is just a target of Candace Owens. The lie is that Beyonce was paid $10 million to speak at a rally in Houston for Vice President Kamala Harris, when in fact, Beyonce did not receive a penny for speaking at presidential candidate Vice President Kamala Harris's rally in Houston. In fact, she actually paid for her own flights for her and her team and total glam. She's not even aware of how privileged that sounds. It's a changing social economy in the world where what has always worked for them in the past is no longer interesting to the public. This is an economy where authenticity pays. And Beyonce does not remember what it means to be authentic anymore, because she's been playing the role of a queen for so long, and she's grown so accustomed to simply visiting the Commonwealth every 4 years. She comes out. Nobody knows where she is for, and she comes out, and she reminds us all who we should be voting for. Ah, yes, Hillary Clinton. Please, I'm here, Commonwealth. You people, remember, I am your queen, her and Jay-Z. Oh, yes, please vote for Kamala. As a mother, I'm telling you to do this. Like I said, 10 years ago, Beyonce and Jay-Z telling us who to vote for, that would have mattered, but it just doesn't anymore. Actually, it's annoying. People find it to be somewhat annoying. Beyonce, listen to me, girlfriend, because I know you're watching. You don't got a text from your mommy's burner account on Instagram. You're annoying now. It's just tired, okay? You got to switch it up, do something new. Seem like a person, pretend you care about the Commonwealth. Maybe every 2 years, come out. Do a podcast, pretend to be a human being. Of course, they don't support Donald Trump. No, they must be more enamored by her husband, Jay-Z, the thug life. Maybe that's the music he should be walking out to. That is, I believe, what Beyonce and her mommy think. That is why they're frustrated with people like me who don't respect that anymore. There's nothing that you do that I respect. And I don't dislike you. I want to be very clear. I don't find Beyonce to be someone that is bothersome in any way. But I'd like some answers. I think the public, if you want to start with being authentic, maybe give us some answers about Diddy's parties. Your husband's been close with him. You think we're just going to pass all by that and you're going to, flip your hair and talk about another one of his affairs and people are going to lose interest in it because your mommy is tweeting and calling things fake news that haven't even been confirmed to be fake news? I would really caution you to see which way the wind is blowing, girlfriend, because it is not in your favor. And that's all I'm going to say on that topic.
Well, and she heard you guys what Candace had to say. Now, in other news, it seems like Wiggins and Milagro are going at it, and this is all stemming from Milagro making commentary about, that entire situation that happened between Armon and, of course, Nicki Minaj. Armon went off and he posted a lot of tweets and then ended up deleting them. So somebody said to him, Milagro lashing you back and forth. And then she said, she talking about it again. I thought after I called her to tell her I appreciated her being non-biased and she decided not to answer, she was done talking. Well, I guess not. However, we are done with her here. No more apologies or reaching out. I don't give an F. What is she talking about? For me, this took me out. It's the fact that he said he doesn't care and then he went back and he said the last statement was, what is she talking about? And then he said, I never saw any updates. What the F? Was I not being dragged on the DM internet for 2 days myself? You should know you talked about it. And then he said, she likes to play victim. It will never work. I still love her though. That's my sister. She will come home eventually. And I'm just like, listen, what is happening with Armon and Millie at this point? And Millie also took the time to address the entire situation when she was speaking on Armon and everything, and was also kind of acknowledging that, well, he might have taken it too far. I do feel like at this point, probably looking back, there may be some regrets there over how far he took it. In the heat of the moment, he kind of got carried away and really did tell Nicki Minaj what exactly was in, his heart and where, Nicki stood with him. You get what I'm saying? In his heart. And I feel like to a certain extent it's a good thing because now Nicki knows exactly how he feels about her. And some people are like, oh my God, he says the Transformers music is trash all the time. And I'm like, yeah, when he's on Twitter Spaces ranting, he has never said that in any back and forth with the Transformer. He has never even typing on Twitter, even a tweet on Twitter, he has never directly said to the Transformer, oh, your music is trash, when the Transformer was like responding to him. He has never said anything like that. So for him to not understand that in actual fact, they are not on the same level with Nicki Minaj is insane to me. We may sugarcoat it and say that, well, celebrities are still human beings and things like that. But to look at someone, an artist, who is that successful really, and say that the things that he said is kind of disrespectful. And I do understand where Milagro was coming from, so I don't know if that's the part that offended him about what Millie said, but it's not like she was lying. But it's interesting, you guys. Honestly, it is interesting. So let me just insert what snippets of what Millie had to say. I don't want to dwell too much on that, and then I will catch you. I don't think I will catch you after that. This is it for me. So thank you very much, you guys, for watching, and until my next one, see you.
Don't drag you. And I won't watch it, but you will, because my name is in the title. Hey, fan. Child, please. What the? You know who you talking to? Do you know who I am? Okay, don't give a damn. So anyway. Yeah, so she'll get some content today. Good for her. So, like I said, I just thought that it was absolutely ludicrous that he would text that to my phone. I didn't even think that we needed to discuss it. But I didn't got a damn DM. A DM saying what? Imagine my shock as I'm sitting up depressed in the corner because of what I'm going through. When I get a phone call and I can't answer it for whatever my motherfucking reason was. I'm handling business. It's all kind of shit going on, like we already discussed and went over. I don't answer the phone, and the next thing I get is a text talking about that's why you get dragged, because I be trying to reach out. That's ridiculous. And then I get a DM and somebody telling me, Armon said he tried to call you. I'm looking at my phone like, I know you fucking lying. Talking about, he said he tried to call you. You must still be mad. Then hopped on Spaces. So now I'm being discussed again. And you didn't told the public. So now I'm supposed to be the bad guy because I didn't answer the phone. Like, this be ludicrous. And I feel like the lengths that people go just to literally mention me, to turn around and be like, oh, she this and she that. It's so dry. It is so dry. I can't be none of what y'all saying because y'all can't stay the fuck away from me. And yeah, Armand did copy my intro style. But okay. Yeah, he did. That's a fact. That's a fact. Y'all sent me that. I saw it and I said, "No, you doing a lot. You doing a lot for somebody that used to yell be original." I go out of my way to make sure my don't look or sound like y'all's. So I don't like when I feel like people biting off me. And like I understand liking something, but we gotta go and figure out what's gonna work for us. So no, I didn't like that. I felt like it was a complete knockoff of my. So I understand inspiration, but I just thought it was tacky. But anyway, moving along. Didn't answer my phone. I'm going through. So Nicki done got into it with Hollywood, and go to station head for my full thoughts because we listened to the whole thing and then kind of went back and forth. But I'll just put it like this: it's turning into something that looks like Nicki is making the blogger her punching bag. If you truly don't like him, if you truly do not respect him, if you truly feel the ways that you say, I don't feel like he needs to get airtime. What's the point? So for me, and I don't need nobody's validation, it looks like it's turning into a thing where he's becoming a punching bag of sorts. I don't understand calling him up to ask for an opinion on anything, knowing where it could go and what he does for a living, and it turning and everybody looking crazy. I don't see the point. Okay. When it comes to Armand, I think that the way he decided to answer was out of pocket. Nicki's not your peer. I'm not saying we got to bow down and kiss Nicki and we can't talk like adults. But to tell Nicki this was trash, I think that's crazy to me. Like imagine somebody being a bona fide star. Imagine somebody being successful at what they've done and what they've contributed to this world. And then you turn around and tell them that was trash. I just didn't feel like from him he had the foundation to come at her like that. You can have your opinion, that's great. But I just felt like it should have been better articulated. Coming from a fan's point of view, this is what I think. Not asserting like you trying to like, oh yeah, I found it to be disrespectful. But I do gotta be fair. Shade was being thrown both ways. That's the energy that was in the air. But it shifted because when Armand finally felt hit enough and he was ready to throw a jab back, it didn't have to do with nothing. He, I think, got to the point and was running so fast in his spirit, he wasn't even thinking clearly because it didn't make no sense. It felt desperate by the time he came out and said, and let's talk about Big Difference being trash, but he since talked about it. This nigga, you felt like you needed to get her back, but you don't get her back like that. You could never get at Nicki like that. That's the point. That's why you was out of line from the jump. You're not her peer. You're not in this industry that way. Like you ain't got no foundation to stand on to tell her nothing like that. So it's the way he said it. But like I said, I don't understand when he was up there. When me and Armon sat up there and shut up and said, sorry, Nicki. Okay, now we not finna do the circus act, but all right, what's up? Y'all said, y'all some punks. Why y'all handle it like that? The nigga go up there and flex a little bit. Here y'all go. Oh, you went too far, nigga. You disrespectful. Shut up. Look,